Wake up. Come on now, open your eyes. That's it. It's me. You're safe. Did you have a nightmare? Well, in that case, it's good that I came to wake you. You've been sleeping for 2 days straight. Haven't eaten since you got here. So, I brought you some soup. It's just some peas and carrots and potatoes. I hope you like it. Oh, I had some earlier, and I have to admit the cooks outdid themselves this time. Well, sometimes they like to experiment, and sometimes that goes wrong. But today, you're lucky. Of course. I spoke to Helga, our landlady. She agrees to let you stay here, but she wants to speak to you first about the house rules. She's very strict when it comes to those rules, and everyone who works here has to have that talk with her. Oh, no, I don't think you should go. Not now. Helga is a very unique person. She gets irritated very easily, and when that happens, it could get dangerous. Deadly, even. And before I came up here, someone complained about their food being served too late. Helga twisted his arm. Never heard a man weep like that. Helga is actually the main reason why I'm staying here. I've never settled down for so long, but she's responsible for about half of the injuries that people come to me with. No, well, as long as you stick to the rules, which aren't that many, you're fine. She's the sweetest, kindest person. But if you do break her rules, or if you are rude to her, then she sees red. There's nothing anyone can do when that happens. Anyway, I'm on good terms with her, so I'll let you know when it's a good moment to speak to her. Right. I have some things for you. First is this notebook. Your very own notebook. This way you can write down all the recipes that I teach you, and you'll never forget any of them ever again. I already wrote down the recipe that you learned last time for the siren potion. There you go. And the second thing is this map. Take a look. This is Kartilien, the island group that we're on. That little village over there is Red Brook, right above the lake. That's where we are. And then over there is Helvard. That's where that woman was found who also lost her memories just like you. There you go. Now you have the two most important things that you will need as my apprentice. Now whenever I need you to fetch me some herbs, I can simply show you on the map where exactly you need to go. Oh, we can start right away if you want to. I mean, technically I took care of everything that I wanted to get done today, and I don't expect any more patients to come in. That is, unless someone provokes Helga. But I did get a delivery. These are some plant seeds, and I need to take the seeds out of the pots. You can help me with that if you want. Very well. Oh, these are the seeds of the so-called Alenia flower. It's a rather ugly looking flower that grows on the main continent. Here. All we have to do is simply break them in the middle and then pour the seeds into this bowl. Try it. Oh, be careful not to spill anything. I want to sow them in my garden. And since they don't grow here, and the delivery of those seeds is rather unreliable, I want to make sure that I have all of them. Don't lose any. Very good, just like that. Oh. Of course. Perhaps telling you a bit about our history could help you remember a few things. Well, as you know, and as you can see on your map, we are on an island group called Kartilien. Kart means earth, or ground, or land. And Il means being, or beings. And Ien means one, or first. So it's called the land of the first beings. There are some other interpretations, but this is the most common one. Legends say that this island is where all life began. Specifically, our main island, Yeti, is known to be one of the safest places in all the kingdoms we know. I mean, of course we do have the occasional monsters here as well, but they are not lethal, very weak. They're nothing compared to what you can find on the main continent. And we also have lots of adventurers who come here frequently, and they often take care of these monsters without asking for payment even. I suppose it's their way of thanking us for our hospitality. Well, you see, what interests these adventurers so much is not this island group, but rather what lies beyond these borders. You see, this island group is the furthest known western territory of all the kingdoms. Everything that comes beyond our borders is dangerous, unknown territory. All that we know of it is that it's full of dark forests, and the land itself is very high above the water, so there are no beaches, only cliffs. And you would have to climb up those stone walls first, but I doubt anyone would make it with the waves of the ocean crashing against it. You can hear the monsters screech. Apparently, there was the former king of the Southern Kingdom. He sent out a ship with some woodworkers, some miners, and his most talented scholars. And they were supposed to explore these lands. ship never came back. The crew was never found. And ever since then, no kingdom had any interest in discovering those lands anymore. Well, of course you had some fools who went there anyway, who wanted to be heroes and find the ship and the crew. But most of them never returned, and those who did went insane before they could even explain what they saw. But there is one exception. Good old Bajos. He's an older man now. Has always been adventurous. He was born on these islands. And one day, about 10 years ago, I believe, he also went to explore those lands alone on a boat. And according to his stories, he made it there unharmed. And he discovered that in front of the mainland there are a few small islands. And he went to those islands first, watched the mainland, and that's how we know what the mainland looks like. And he claimed that he heard whispers, that the island he was standing on told him not to go to the mainland. It warned him, he said. But he didn't listen and went to the mainland anyway, steered his boat right towards the cliff. He intended to climb up those walls, of course, but a big wave hit his boat and crushed it and knocked him unconscious. The curious thing is, not only did he survive that, he ended up on a beach not too far away from us, right here on this island, unharmed, completely unharmed, not a scratch. So he went to the nearest village and asked people if anyone had seen how he got there, but no one had seen anything. And so he told his story of how he went to those islands and returned. Some people believe him, others don't. Anyway, that's not the end of the story. Some time ago, 2 adventurers from the Southern Kingdom made it back home after taking a trip to those lands. And they said the same thing. They also heard whispers. They also had been warned by the island not to go to the shore of the mainland. And they listened. They went back home and told everyone what happened. That is actually why there are so many adventurers on our main island right now. And why it's so loud downstairs. They're all preparing because they all want to go on an adventure, and everyone wants to be the first to find out the mystery of those lands in the west. Oh, no, not them. They are more interested in other things. Anyway, they split up. Not for good. They split up every time they return from an adventure. And then they take care of things that they need to take care of alone. Some of them visit their families and, they then get back together for a new adventure. Except for 2 of them. 2 of these adventurers from that group always remain here. It's because they don't have a family other than their group. So I cannot help you with meeting the entire group, but those two, I can introduce you to them if you'd like that. Of course. But who knows, maybe once they hear of what's going on, they might join the others. Mostly they care about finding treasures rather than solving mysteries. But who knows, that might change. Look at that, very good. That's more than I expected. Very good. So, about that nightmare you had earlier, you want to talk about it? Oh. Cannot even remember your dreams. So, you didn't remember anything? I see. Don't worry. It's fine. None of this is your fault. Don't pressure yourself. We're going to figure this out. And you can stay here for as long as you want to. Alright? Look at this. You are already proving yourself as a very capable apprentice. And if you also manage to get Helga on your side, you don't have to worry about anything anymore. There we go. Is it too warm? You're sitting closer to the fireplace than I. Alright, let me know if you want to sit somewhere else. We can arrange that. Oh, and I already brought a bed for you to the storage room. And also a little table and most important things that you could possibly need. There we go. This is wonderful. Look at that. Well, these seeds, they have a bitter taste, so I recommend you don't try to eat them as they are, but they have a numbing effect. So they are often used for a paste that you could put on wounds, for instance, to numb the pain. But that is really all they are being used for. Well, as far as I know. Perhaps someday you'll be a master alchemist and find out what other purposes these could be used for. I think for now this is enough for my little garden. Alright, I'm going back downstairs for a bit. Also, I need to take a look at that man's twisted arm, perhaps. In the meantime, why don't you go ahead and eat a little bit? And if you want more, I can definitely get you something from the kitchen. Alright then. I hope it is to your liking.